Oh, fucking hell. Damn. Worn out type shit. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Get this bowl loaded up. Ugh. This now. I'm like worn the fuck out. I'm hoping that this helps. Ugh. Get this bad boy loaded up. Whatever. Sore. My neck hurts. My fucking everything's worn out. My legs are tired. Arms weak. Mom's spaghetti, or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? My arms are sweaty, knees weak, mom's spaghetti, you know, whatever the fuck. That's just how I'm feeling. Though, you know, worth it. I mean, I ain't gonna be like, ugh, lame. It's like, it definitely was worth it. Got some tour shirts and stuff from the show last night, which was fucking insane and amazing. And the moshing was consistent and crisp, you know, throughout the entire time. I thought it was just going to be Creator and Testament, but Possessed, the band that kind of helped foundate what death metal was, like happened to be playing there too. So I got to see him live, and I was just like, oh shit. You know, I've heard of them off and on, listen to all sorts of different shit they've done, but never have like been a consistent listener. But it was definitely a very welcoming surprise when I heard that. I was like, oh shit, they're here. Damn. Come on, don't be a bitch. But yeah, my shoulders and my neck and my back are all like fucking just ridiculous. And also, somebody fell on my friend Metal T, fell on his knee and fucked his knee up. And he had an electric recumbent bike, which I'm now enlightened to. That thing is fucking awesome. But like, I had to ride that, back home, basically, or to his house, because his knee was too fucked up after the show to ride that. So I was like, all right, get a lift and I'll fucking ride that back to your place, just meet you over there. Just text me when you get home, or whatever. And he warned me that, like, the batteries I'd have charged and shit. And I pretty much got to his place up until I had to get up his fucking hill. And the battery died right around that point. So I was just like busting ass trying to get that thing up a hill. So going uphill, those things rough. But, going, with the electric on and all that shit, dude, those e-bikes, fucking amazing. Shit's dope. JDZB? What, your comments? Or like literally you? Am I censored by YouTube? No. Just because I didn't hear me respond, like, dude, I said something. I saw what you said, and I said something, and are you trolling me? Like, you're a mod. Like, you know, obviously you're going to be seen. If anything, you're going to be highlighted. Like, I'm going to look at, more likely than not, comments that have the blue on it more than not. Your internet's glitchy here? Well, I guess I can't help you with that. My brain's glitchy just because worn the fuck out. At least, you know, like, because even before the show, I went rafting from MacGyver to Barton, which was really fun and shit. And, you know, it was like, you know, fucking getting a little bit of workout and cardio shit with that. And then, you know, coming back, you know, from that, and then going to the show. And also riding my bike, and, you know, throughout that day too, you know, seeing Mama. So I've just been like super fucking active, where I haven't been as much, you know, as I normally am. So I'm just like definitely feeling, especially in my legs. Ugh. And of course, for a Monday coming back to work, I had to be fucked as well, on top of that. Where it's just like, oh, hey, you know, your third person who was going to close with you is, you know, had to leave early, you know, like super early, pretty much like right when he got there, because his baby mama had, you know, like some sort of a heart problem and had to go to the hospital, and, you know, had to have his daughter get picked up, and he's the only parent who could do that at that point. So it's just like, you know, it's like, so I get it, but it's just like, damn it. Because a day that we could have not have, you know, some random shit like that happen, today would have been a nice day for that. Like, legit. Ugh. Like, it wasn't really too bad, you know, like, all in all, up until, like, from, like, 4:30 to 5:30 abouts. And even then, it was, like, it stayed consistent until fucking 6. So, like, 4:30 to 6. So, basically, you know, an old dinner rush, you know, situation. But, like, I like my coworkers sometimes, but, man, I don't think they realize, like, when others haven't or have taken their breaks and shit. And, like, because he had his 10, like, around, like, 4 or something. And then you want to go on his lunch before I even had a break yet. I was like, fuck. You know, we're in the middle of, like, you know, having to deal with, like, a bunch of pre-slice bullshit. And they even had, like, one of the checkers even come by to help out doing that, which, I mean, whatever. Helps get that shit out quicker, I guess. But still, like, you know, they were so on our ass about that different type of shit, where they're not really, like, you know, pressuring us. That's why I think they have, you know, sent 1 or 2 people from, you know, other departments over too, a little bit. But they don't know exactly what the process is still. So I'm basically just training people while on top of doing that type of shit with them and helping customers. So it's like a trifecta of fucked. Where luckily, at least, you know, the other person doing strictly pre-slice shit, you know, can at least still have a slow, steady, you know, process of that going. Because, oh, well, I could run around, you know, basically. But, and it was just consistent, and I don't know what the fuck it is, you know, but whenever I'm doing pre-slice meats, I swear to God, like, everybody wants to grab meat. It's like I start doing some pre-slice, and then there's like 3 people in line just staring at me, like, are you helping someone? What you doing, buddy? I'd like some stuff, please. And I don't know what it is, but I swear, the meat counter gets people who are a little bit more, like, anal, like, sometimes. Because there'll just be people that'll just, like, give you a stare, and it's like, just like this blank stare, not necessarily like angry, but like almost like just this intense neutral, like, I'm waiting, like just this very intense neutral stare. Sometimes it eventually gets to this, like, this more disgruntled look, but I hate when people fucking just stare at you and pierce your soul, bro. That's the one thing I really hate about, you know, where I work, is that if there's a long line, I also like keep my head down like this, honestly, because the top of my cap, you know, fucking just, like, you know, kind of keeps my eyes a little more level, and I don't have to see their damn heads. And, you know, with that, you know, basically just, you know, all in all, like, I can still feel their asses just staring at me. It's like, fuck, dude. I hate that. And I can always tell when it's just a little bit like, Chase Internet claims we didn't pay, but I watched her pay it. That seems weird. Hey, what's up, Dima? So it sounds like your internet provider is being fuckety with you. Doggo, every time. Yeah, I could stop working any day until payday and us clearing the debt. I mean, it's like if it's already paid for, then it should be fine. Unless they just for some reason haven't gotten the payment on their end yet and still like processing. That'd be my guess, but usually this type of shit tends to be pretty instantaneous. Like there are times where I'm like paying my phone bill up until like pretty much like the final hour sometimes, because I'll just I'll forget it occasionally, and I'll be like, and I'll get a notification be like, hey, forget your payment and blah blah, it's due to this date, and I'm like, oh, that's today. Oh shit, let me do that really quick. But usually once that's done, nothing comes from that. So it's like. That seems a little fucking fishy. And if they're the only provider in town, I won't be surprised if they're just trying to use that as a way to milk you. Be like, oh yeah, you didn't pay, wink. That means you have to pay double. I think that's what they're trying to do. And if that's the case, that's some straight fraud, scam shit. But if they're like a big fucking ISP, who's gonna fucking stop them? That's the bullshit thing about it. I guess that'd be like the worst case scenario, I suppose. Ooh, that's kind of a weak burp. Boo. Ugh, dude, my fucking sore ass shit, dude. Ugh. Especially right here, I got like moshed out pretty good where my shoulder blade back here definitely took a little bit of some bruntness. Ooh, fuck. But you know what? It's worth it. At least I'm not as fucked up as my friend Tyler, whose knee is straight just bonked. I actually forgot to ask how he's doing, just because, like, I just hope that, he ain't all fucked. Because he was telling me, he had, like, some band rehearsal, plus, which, honestly, now that I thought about that, why was he going to have, like, some morning band rehearsal when his bandmate, and, for Atomic Terror, his vocalist was with him that night? Like, we were all, like, washing to get, like, dude, that guy was definitely going to be kind of sore shit, too, on his own right. Like, I don't think, that I'm thinking about, I don't think that rehearsal happened at all. Whether, even if, like, Tyler's, like, pointing, like, I'm going to be right on time. I'm a good boy ass, going over there and shit. Or even if he's like, I'll be just a little late, guys. I bet it would have been canceled anyway because, their vocalist, I forget his name, honestly. I just keep forgetting that. But I'm pretty sure he would be like, I'm a little sore myself. I'm just gonna, just wait till like tomorrow or next week or some shit. Fuck this. Sure, in DFF Facebook group, they legit hate Paul and think he's taking Russian money. Are there people that unironically think he's taking Russian dollars or some shit? Dude, people are retarded, man. People are fucking stupid. Look, it's one thing to like disagree with Paul and not like his positions about certain things, but dude, some people legit have some just shit that's just literally detached from reality. unhinged shit, like for fucking, assumptions about what, what he does or whatever, dude. He thinks he'll be fired any day now for crypto. Oh my god. Yeah. Dude, people are just insane. What weird fantasies must people have in their head to... I mean, really, dude. I mean, like... the closest I can... I may not like him. I know he has a right. Well, no shit. Of course he's not. Like, honestly, weirdly enough, the ones who I think would more likely be that, I guess, out of all three of them, would weirdly enough be TJ, just because his dad used to be like kind of a famous, like huckster and shit, and at least, his family has in the past had like, somewhat of a small wealth status, and he's also like, prominent internet guy, but he's also, I think, a little too wild and quirky and crazy for, Russia, so even then. And also, Paul's bisexual, and the Russian state is like, fuck the gays, so like just that right off bat is going to be like a one strike you're out, you ain't getting our money kind of shit. I mean, I don't fuck, dude. People are just bunk ass dumb, dude. I mean, straight up. Fight up, I was actually listening to one of his ideologies at work. I forgot like when it started, but at some point, someone in the chat, I think Paul decided to say fuck it and like give one person, in the either in a Discord or something. I don't know exactly how it started, but he had his other phone, his personal phone, while he was still streaming, and called, and this dude called him up. All right, I'm assuming, they, like worked it out. I didn't hear that Harkus again. I'm in the middle of work and shit. But the parts I tuned in, they're literally having like this argument where this dude is like, yeah, I mean, you say this stuff, but yet, wouldn't it just be better to maintain this? Like, it's just literally kind of this weird back and forth where I could guarantee you this, like, dude, his name was Omar. Like, this Omar dude is just straight up kind of like one of these dudes that, legit just hates Paul. Like, because, dude, he threw out, yeah, that's why, like you're 44 and infertile and, like a fat dude, blah, blah, blah. He literally threw some shit out like that, at one point, like an hour 50 into the stream that Paul did. And I was like, dude, I got to go back to when this first actually started and like full listen from beginning to end. Because I can't just like, pick pieces out of this because this just sounds like it's gold. Whether you love or hate Paul, I think you might enjoy that. It's a stream he did this morning, so if you go on the Poltergeist, I mean, it should be like the first stream he did, for today at least. Unless he's streaming again right now, or anytime between now and later tonight. Real talk, do you think him and TJ have banged? No. I think they've kissed, because from my understanding, they have kissed each other. So, yeah, I'm sure they've honestly done that more times than they probably want to admit. They probably will admit to the public times they've done it, but I guarantee you there's been a few private times. This fall, Paul got dumped memes for some reason. Paul got dumped? No, Paul's still very well happily married. Like, honestly, like, half of the streams that he does, you'll hear Amelia just chilling in the background, talking with him sometimes. Like, I mean, they're two peas in a pod, like, I don't know. Saludos desde Colombia. Oh, hola, Colombia. Español petito, sadly. ¿Cómo estás? I kind of know that. Like, this is another time where I really am now wishing I knew Spanish. Like, between, just the different punk and ska shows I go to, now this, the times I help customers and shit, and they're like, Espanol? And I'm like, I have to sit here and be like, no, el pitito, no conversational. I have to, like, say that. And they're like, oh. Because they can at least, still somewhat speak their language a little bit, and I can at least understand, like, I can understand when they say chicken, 8-piece. I can at least kind of get that. I can understand, certain things they say if they just kind of simplify it, basically, depending. Do you speak the King's English? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, I speak, the Presidente. I speak the fucking, American, president's English. I ain't no speaking of King's English. I ain't gonna go out speaking to kings. I'm gonna be speaking to presidents. That's the way to do it. I mean, honestly, I definitely know way more of it than I did, like, in high school and shit, for sure. Just because over time I've been slowly but surely, like, picking up on it. But I'm just like, me's a little white boy. So I need to, like, legit, honestly take time to just learn it. Maybe I should just, like, do the Duolingo thing and just, at least on my off time, do that shit. Yeah, sound check here. Cool. Really, Venom? I'm not reading that. Seriously? Wow. Does that at least prove that I do read, these comments? I just don't, like, like, read them out loud. Reading comprehension is strong with this one. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I would hope so. I would hope that, honestly, people my age and younger have the same thing. But it's become increasingly aware, to me especially these days, that that's not really exactly, the case, sadly. Mike Pierce says, please hit any key, but which one is the any key? I'm assuming you just smoked up some of that resin you were mentioning that you're scraping. Speaking of which, I'm kind of not exactly on the same boat, but I'm kind of in a similar boat. I'm kind of a broke bitch till tomorrow, so. But luckily, it's just for a day. But that's what happens when I want to buy merch and shit, taking a mushroom trip. Oh, dude, you know what? That does sound like a fun idea. That does sound fun. Because that would kind of help, actually. Because I still have those. I still have a little bit. I haven't taken them since I got them, so. You just got me thinking. Might do that after work. Maybe. I don't know. I won't, like, commit to it quite yet. At least 3 grams. Damn. I don't know how much is in here. It's just like 2 stems, one from a big one that's like yay long, and one from a smaller one that's a little stubbier but shorter. I would assume that's probably like a gram, maybe. I mean, I'm pretty sure I have a weigh scale somewhere. I know I had one stored in here, unless I moved it. But yeah, I could do a quick little weigh out. I won't do it right now because whatever, time crunch. Yeah, use a better one. Oh, I also have Keith too. So I won't be too fucked from that either. 120-meter headshot. Nice. Nice. So proud of her. Hell yeah. I just want to, like, I know this much. Once I get down there, I want to see if I can try to, like, help her with, like, you know, honing the aim abilities. Because at least the times I've seen her play, she does kind of fling around all over the place a little bit. It's like she goes for one end, and then she kind of, like, slowly gets herself back into, you know, target. But it's like, gotta hone that down a little. She does spray and pray. Yeah. And that's, you know, like, that's just more time for your opponent to maybe get a shot off of you, right? Like, so the more center you are, you know, to where you're hitting your target, you know, even if you are slightly off, yeah. I mean, this is kind of why I like having a little bit more of a snappier movement, because I could kind of make those quicker snaps, you know, and shit. Yeah, like I'm kind of the same way. I try to play it to, you know, be tight with it. But that's also why I like a faster, you know, speed, you know, when, you know, moving around and stuff, where I can kind of snap a little bit and have that high sensitivity, because it's way easier to do that. I mean, like, let's say your sensitivity is at like 4, you know, try to bump it to like 6 and you practice there. Because I like to play it at an 8 or a 9. Like, when it comes to sensitivity, I go that high. So, I mean, if you want to practice with that, you know, just bump it up 1 or 2 and just try from that. Because with enough practice, you'll get real good at that. And then, you know, you could be kind of snappy and, you know, not barely move your thumbs at all unless you really need to. Like, you know, someone being behind you, then you could go boop, play about 6 or 7. All right, so you're already kind of like, you know, got a little. I've noticed that you're, you know, have a higher sensitivity than her. So I guess my advice is more to her than you. I mean, but if you wanted to practice a little more of a, maybe of a higher sensitivity, try 8 or 9. Because that's usually where I play at. So I play at just slightly above, you know, sensitivity, you know, than you do. But so I think you and I are kind of on a similar, like, technical, you know, play style, I think, from what it seems like. Because you kind of play somewhat similar to me, at least when I need to. Because I also like being long range and sharpshooty, you know, but shotguns or bows. Yeah, I like a good shotgun sometimes, but, you know, I usually try to use that as secondary or maybe like an underbarrel if it's applicable. You know, because honestly, you know, it's just easier to have like a medium to, like, you know, medium range at least, you know, type of weapon, and then, you know, having something like that, you know, to be kind of on the shorter end. But that's why having a separate class for that, for like something like Shipyard or something like that, for a map like that, it's way better, because you can just run around, have nothing else but a shotgun and a bunch of crazy shit on it, and just fucking run around and go boom, boom. And people hate that. Oh, of course they do. It does long-term damage and it fucks them up. Anyway, kind of catch the last little bit of this bowl and then call it good. Just gotta get myself back to work. Leaves a house on the map. Well, yeah. If you've seen how real Dragon's Breath works, it does more than just leave a little hazard on a map. Just grab after work? Baby. If you're awake. We'll see. But anyway. Real Dragon Breath Assassin. Oh, yeah, it definitely is. But anyway, at least call it good for now and head back to work and all that shit. So let's peace out for now and toodaloo.